We're gonna bring LJ into the house now. I always have him nesty before we come in, and I step in like this just to accentuate the fact that we control the boundary now. He's not gonna be rushing through or pulling you through. Good, you wanna give him a reward when you go back there to get him, that's fine. He's looking straight up at you and you reward him straight down, good. And then, okay. And see how slow he's walking through the front door, and if I, see how the leash is loose? If I walk slow, he walks slow. So you want to be practicing this at home to make sure that he's doing this with you at home as well. And see how I do a little left turn so I can close the door. We do a lot of these little left turns. Okay. If he lags behind, you coax him to catch up like that. You never want to pull him. You always want to coax him to catch up. If he goes ahead, you just do a little prompt. It's just a little, like you're tapping the brakes, a little tap on the leash. Okay. And then I'm going to have him nesty. Good. You can also, if you don't have food, do a quick good like that too, when he does it correctly. And I'm going to open this crate door. And to send him in, you just say, Gana. Send him in. He's going to turn around. He loves his crate, because every interaction with us in his crate and him is very positive. And I always put on and take off his equipment, his collars in here. And as you can see, like when he goes in, he gets a reward. And as soon as he goes in and turns around, he gets a reward. I take these things off real quick. He gets another reward before I close the door. And then I always hang this prong collar, this little prong collar we use on the door. So it's right there, ready for you to use. You can put the leash and choke chain anywhere else. We're actually using a reinforced crate, which I'll show you when I bring him back to you, because he's broken through crates before, as you told me, and he needs an extra strong crate, or else he knows that he can break out. So we have reinforced crates that we use, and he doesn't get out of them. He's having a little anxiety right now, because usually I'm just putting the crate here because this is easy to film in this place here, but usually his crate is in a little cubby hole in the other room. So he's not used to being in a crate here, so this is new to him. But he went in really easily, so at your house, it's just about getting him used to the crate wherever you're going to put it, and he'll go in. I'll show you how to get him to love to go in there as well. The bottom line is it's got to be a pleasurable experience to go in his crate. Any interaction with him in the crate is always connected to a reward. As you saw, he went in, I gave him a reward. I took off his equipment, I gave him a reward before I closed the door. He gets his bones in there, his chewies, we feed him in there. The door is always closed. It's closed when he's out, because you want to control this boundary, because he loves to be in there, therefore he has to nesty before you send him in. And you want to control the boundary, and you'll see in a minute how I take him out. And therefore it's a tool for training. It's way more than just a place to confine him. You want to have this be part of the training. If he loves to be in there and you control his access in and out, it makes you more important in his life. So that's why you want to do it exactly the way I've been doing it here. And then when you're going to take him out, you want to first put on this choke chain. We're using the choke chain just for safety. This choke chain it's hanging loose all the time. It's just a backup in case the regular training collar, the prong collar comes off. The choke chain comes into play and out in public, and then you don't lose the dog. So I open the door. Of course, first thing, gets a reward. And I just slip this choke chain over his head. And if he tries to come out before you release him, you just say no. Give this like a little token slam like that. And then if he waits like this, good. So you want to always be doing that. If he's waiting, good. If he tries to come out, do that little slam. So now I'm going to attach this leash to the prong collar, and you always attach it to the funny looking buckle. This perfectly round ring here is just a spacer, so you don't attach it to that. And it should look like this. It's not twisted like this. It's attached to the leash. And you reach in and just put it on him. It's very easy to do after you practice for about a half an hour. And then I attach the leash also to the choke chain, so we're doubled up and we're ready to go. And another reward, because he's waiting in there. And yet another reward because I stood up and he's still waiting. And you can even do this exercise. No. If he tries to come out, no. But you can even do this exercise where you step back and he stays in there. Good. Step back a little further. Good. Even further. You can actually step 8 feet away because the leash is 6 feet and your arm's a couple of feet. Good. And of course, if he tries to come out, give that little door slam and say no. You see how that works well. And then he's waiting for you to kind of turn with him on your left and say, okay. He'll come out. You get to do another left circle as you go back and close this door here. Because you always want this closed. Remember, you control the boundary to the crate, so it's always closed. He needs permission to go in. And then we're going to go out for a walk. And so I take him to the front door. Nasty. And I'm going to open the door. I'm going to do my front door thing where I step through. He waits till I come back. I say, okay. He walks through with me without pulling. See how calm he is? And then one last little left turn to go and close the door and go for our walk.